So what I've done is I've prepared a basic white dough. Now, what is a basic white dough? Well, it's basically strong white flour. I've got a little bit of olive oil in there, about 400 ml of water. It's quite a lot of water, nearly 1:1, so it's about 80 odd percent. I've also got yeast in there, not much, about 3-4 grams, and salt, which is about 7 grams. Now, you can do it to taste. Some people like less, some people like more, but I like 7 grams for me. Now, the dough has been mixed, it's been rested, and all I've done is put it inside this pot. It's basically a roasting dish. Now, I've left this to prove. Now, it's taken about, I reckon it's taken about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to this point. And you can see how light it is, how light and airy it is. Now, this is focaccia. It should have irregular air holes in it, which is the key thing. Now, I'm going to be baking it in the Aga. Now, the Aga is beautiful for baking because it retains that moisture as well, which is what you want inside a focaccia. I'm going to do a little flatbread on the top as well. Now, I've got the flatbread dough in here. Beautiful, elastic, soft dough. Now, while that's resting, focaccia is ready to go in the oven. I'm going to do olive. I've got green olives here, all pitted, and I've got an onion. So I've got my onion here, which I'm just basically going to put it. I like onion and olive work together. It's probably my Cypriot roots. I lived in Cyprus for 6 years, and actually in Cyprus, it's onion. The Holy Trinity is onion, coriander, and olive. They're the three things that go really, really well together. Now, I don't want to chop this up too much. I want it quite roughly chopped. I love onion bread. It's one of my favorite things. And the beauty of onion bread is it gets better the following day. So if you just chop up roughly the onion, I'm not going to chop it into small pieces. I want it into slithers, so it's going to be broken up a little bit like this. Okay, so you just want to break it up. I'm going to push that into the dough itself, and you can see I'm just breaking up into little pieces and dropping it inside the focaccia. Now, this is going to drop the air out of it, which is fine, but just go ahead, drop this straight in. It's pretty easy. I mean, if you've got mushrooms, put mushrooms in. You can put whatever you want in, really, to be honest. I like onion, I like olive, so that's what I'm doing. It's my focaccia, I can do what I want. So get your pieces of onion, drop them in, big or small, it doesn't really matter. Because when you hit an onion piece in a focaccia, it tastes amazing. They're almost going to caramelize in the heat as well. Meanwhile, get a little bit of olive oil, just drizzle that across the top. And just gently massage the top. Get some more onion pieces, drop them in. I learnt the focaccia, suppose I was in Lerici in La Spezia, which is in the sort of northwest of Italy, making lots of different types of focaccia. Up there I tried a Rico focaccia, which is very, very thin. It's beautiful, I had it for breakfast every morning. This is more your classic focaccia. Now note, I never had any sugar in there. Don't put sugar in your dough unless you're making an enriched dough like a brioche or something, or it's deliberately meant to be sweet. Then you've got butter, eggs, milk, sugar in there. But I don't put sugar inside my bread. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm trying to go on a diet, pre-bake off. So I try and avoid a lot of sugar, to be honest, in bread especially. In cakes you can't avoid it, but try and use natural sweeteners inside all your products rather than refined sugars. Now I've dropped some olives in there, push that to one side. I'm just going to chop up a couple of olives, push that in there as well. It's nice to hit a green olive every now and again, and these are particularly good green olives. Spanish green olives taste amazing, quite expensive, but I think you really, sorry, that's my dog, not me. Just going to pop this olives all the way through. Now, classically, when you think of a focaccia, you think of the little salty bits on top. Now, yes, the olives will bring a little bit of kick of salt to you, but now this is covered in olive oil. Normally, I would then put a saline solution on, which is basically salt water. You brush that all over the top, and as it bakes, it creates a film of salt. So you crack through it and give you that beautiful salty flavor on top of your focaccia. But what I've got some sea salt here anyway. I'm just going to add a little bit of sea salt to the top, like so. Honestly, the longer you prove your dough, the slower you prove your dough. The more flavour, the more intensity you get inside your dough as well. Now that is ready to go in the oven. I'm putting it into the roasting oven of my beautiful Aga. I've actually got a little bit of oregano, adds a little bit of, just a little bit of aromatic flavour to the focaccia as well. Over the top, and in she goes. That'll bake for around 25 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll have a cup of tea. Oh yes, look at that. Beautiful onion, olive oil on the top when it comes out. That looks good enough to eat. Now what I do is I tend to leave it in there just to sweat slightly, so it'll just soften, and then I'll bring it out, chop it up, make a little salad, bit of flatbread, job done. Me, flour, olives, onion, this, my Aga.